Hey guys! So I'm here to make another video, but first of all, funny story. I made a video 20 minutes ago, was editing it, realized I'd already made a video about that same topic 2 years ago. Awkward. Talking about something that I feel I can actually discuss in more detail and more meaning now that I'm in third year is what I'm gonna be when I grow up. In first year, I had very different career aspirations than I do now, even though it was only 2 years ago. When I entered the program, I had an idea in my head that I was going to be doing something with making physical items, design, right? When people asked, what are you doing after design school? What do you aspire to be? I said costume designer. Easy answer. You know, I'll be doing stuff for live theater, so musicals, ballet, or doing stuff for movies. Made sense to me at the time because I was also very into the performing arts, still am. But that was like the perfect merging for me of my two interests. However, as I progressed through first year and was introduced more and more to the design process, I started to fall out of love with that idea. It all started in second semester of first year when I did an assignment called Wardrobe Assignment with Dr. Van Berry in Fashion Theories. And what that assignment was investigating and interviewing somebody about their wardrobe. And when I say investigating, I don't just mean, oh, tell me about your style, what's your aesthetic? It was on a much deeper level, and you had to walk with them through their closet and pick out garments and ask them to talk about why they bought it, where they bought it, like why it makes them feel a certain way. So really marrying the idea of fashion equally identity on a very deep level. And I delved really deep for that, and what I wrote, I was just so passionate about it. From there, I started to do more and more research-based things. I took human-centered design in second year. Human-centered design is about designing for a niche community or person who has very specific needs, i.e. a lot of the examples that Sandra gave, the professor for the course, she's done a lot of human-centered design, was designing for people who have had mastectomies because their fashion needs are very different than those in the mainstream market. Another example she had was designing for RCMP officers, their new working uniform, which is a really cool story she had about designing those. In first year, I'm sure you've had Izzy Camilleri talk to you about her line of clothing for the Cedo figure. That's an example of human-centered design as well. The common thread I started to see between first year and second year, looking back, is the idea of a deeper meaning to fashion for me. Because in second year, when you have to do your, as it's called now, coordinated casual separates, I believe. It was called the suit project for us, is the idea that you're designing this to be sold. It's a marriage of your artistic vision and industry trends, right? And to be frank, I just really couldn't care less if my garment was gonna sell. I just made whatever the heck I wanted and always have and still do. So I really lost the motivation for my garments to be sold, and isn't that the point if I was to become a entrepreneur / independent designer / just a designer in general for another company, is to create something that mainstream market wants to buy because it's trendy and it looks nice. Not to put down that side of the industry, but just like I didn't have the motivation to design for that at all. I felt really disheartened about that idea, designing for a really saturated market run by corporate giants. I really wanted to make a difference, and I felt that my research was a way to do that. To be more specific about what my research exactly is, I focus on the LGBT plus community and finding design solutions for them to make fashion more enjoyable. As a part of human-centered design is that you aren't deciding what people need, the people decide what they need. It sounds silly, but it's true that you've heard about the trickle-down, trickle-up theories, is that designers set the rules and the people follow it because that's what's available. It goes the opposite. It starts with the end user who defines the needs, not the other way around. Also, the appeal to me, human-centered design depends on qualitative research. Qualitative research entails getting to know the end user group in a very intimate way through interviews, following their daily lives, really immersing yourself and being empathetic towards them to find out what could be designed to help solve problems. Currently in third year, you have to take a course called Research Methods. It's very, very similar to human-centered design, which I was happy to hear because now I can continue my research I started way back in first year, second year, and now in third year. Conversely, I see how different my aspirations are now compared to my first year, because a lot of my peers, when they start in first year and they want to be designers, a lot of them still do want to be designers. And they really don't enjoy the course, but I really like it. So that's just showing to me even more how my goals have changed a lot from first year, from designing products to researching new systems, services, and products. I'm starting to really think about my fourth year, because at this point, you should have your wheels turning in your head about what you want to do for your capstone or collection. When I was confronted with this in third year, when Sandra, again the prof for research methods, said this should be the jumping off point for fourth year. This should help you decide what you're doing. And I thought, what do I want for my collection? And then just this past couple weeks, I said to myself, you don't even want to do a collection. And I'm deciding that I am not going to do a collection, but instead I will do a capstone. Clarify, capstone is for communication students. It is an overarching project you do for a full year. It might result in a book. It might result in a website. Maybe it's a company idea. Maybe an app. It can be anything in capstone, anything with research involved. However, design is a full collection. So you have a target market, you have a look, you have a theme, you develop, I think it's 6 looks now. We get to do full muslins, patterns, finals to judge by a panel. They walk the runway, mass exodus. And the more I say this out loud is affirming my decision to do a capstone over a collection, despite being in design. I talked to a few of my profs about this because, if I'm in design, like, how do I get into capstone? Because it's actually a course, I need to enroll in it. And they said, it's fine. It's been done before. Yeah, that's about it. I hope you found this interesting, and feel free to talk to me about my research, or even if you're questioning capstone versus collection, or even your purpose in the world, whatever you want. I'll see you guys. I hope you have a happy turkey time. Bye.